Okay, somehow wrong button has pressed. So we'll continue with another case law. That is Supreme Court in Onkar Nath Mishra versus State of NCT. Delhi ka case hai basically. It's a Delhi case 2008. 2008 you can remember the crash has happened in stock market. 2008 Satyam scam also. So 2008 you can remember, in the criminal breach of trust also has held that the commission of offence of criminal breach of trust, two distinct parts are involved. First consists of creation of an obligation in relation to the property over which dominion or control is acquired by the accused. The second is misappropriation or dealing with the property dishonestly and contrary to any terms, to the terms of the obligations created. Let's go with the question. What question can be asked in the exam? Then criminal breach of trust. Question is that criminal breach of trust may be held to be a single civil wrong, but when mens rea is involved, it gives rise to the criminal liability also. Comment on this statement. Supporting judicial pronouncement. See, only we have to mention the case of VR Dalala. There, criminal breach of trust for the breach of trust, there must be entrusted of such property, dominion over such property, and when mens rea involved, it gives to arise to the criminal liability. It was held in 2008 by the Supreme Court. Law, basically these are the hidden questions, and these questions can be asked. We have to, we have to remember, we have to go in each section with a detail, and when there is a case study, then we have to do little effort. Okay, now in basically companies may, basically in this whole RCD, there are more and more chances to be case laws only. So similar case comes to the exam by changing the name of the parties. So we'll go with each case. It is not like this time example. Okay, it is really essential to do. Now in SK Alag versus State of UP and others. In this case, SK Alag, State of UP, you could remember, and others, where demand drafts were drawn in the name of company for supply of goods. Demand drafts has been drawn in the name of a company, and neither the goods were sent to the company nor the money was returned. The managing director of the company cannot be said to have committed the offence under section 406. 405 is related to the criminal breach of trust. Now, so 406 of the Indian Penal Code, it was pointed out that in the absence of any provision laid down under the statute, the directors of the company or employer cannot be held vicariously liable for any offence committed by the company itself. So whose default here? Default is the company has been default here, no? We'll go in detail in this case, okay, in another coming lecture. Now after this is the basically requirements for criminal breach of trust. We already know that there must be a fiduciary relation, there must be an entrusted of such rights and property. After analyzing all the cases, we may conclude that for an offence under all the four requirements are essential. The person handling over the property must have confidence in the person taking the property so as to create a fiduciary relationship, entrust word we have used now, between them, or put them in a position of trustee. Okay, the accused must be in such a position which he could exercise his control over the property, that is dominion over the property. He have a control, he have a fiduciary relationship. The property includes both movable as well as immovable property, could be of any type. It has to be established that accused was dishonestly put the property to his own use. Okay, he has put the property to his own use, or someone unauthorized use. Basically, for that, basically property has not been used for that purpose which it should be. It should be used for some another purpose. It should be used for himself, for his personal purpose. Okay. Then dishonest intention to misappropriation is a crucial fact to be proved to bring home the charge of criminal breach of trust. Dishonest intention, they are basically talking about mens rea here also. Okay, let's go with another section, that is 406. Okay, Here 406 punishment for criminal breach of trust. What are the punishment involved in this criminal breach of trust? Whoever commits criminal breach of trust shall be punishable with imprisonment description for a term which shall not be extend to 3 years, which may extend to 3 years. It could be lesser than 3 years, but which may extend to 3 years. 3 years plus fine or both. Only this is the line we have to remember. Now, criminal breach of trust by carrier. Whoever being entrusted with the property as a carrier, wharfinger, warehouse keeper, commits criminal breach of trust in respect of such property. We know that who's a carrier, wharfinger, warehouse keeper. We have put our stock, we have put our movable property to them, and they have committed such criminal breach of trust in respect of such property, shall be punishable with the imprisonment of either description for a term which may extend to 7 years. Okay, so in case of carrier, wharfinger, warehouse keeper, okay, then 7 years and fine. ठीक है, carrier, wharfinger, warehouse keeper, there are 7 years and fine. It is the punishment. Now, criminal breach of trust by clerk or servant. Criminal breach of trust by clerk or servant. Whoever being a clerk or servant or employed as a clerk or servant and being in a manner entrusted in such capacity with property or with any dominion over property, he have a dominion over property, commits criminal breach of trust in respect of that property, shall be punished. Shall be punished. Here also it is shall be punished. Shall be punished with imprisonment of either description for a term which may extend to 7 years and fine. Whom they are talking about? Clerk or servant, employee. Okay. Criminal breach of trust by public servant or by banker, merchant or agent, section 409. Whoever being in a manner entrusted with the property or with the dominion over property in his capacity of a public servant or in the way of his business as a banker, merchant, factory broker, factory they basically do right here, factor broker, merchant, factor broker, sorry, attorney or agent commits criminal breach of trust in respect of such property, shall be punishable with the imprisonment of for life or with imprisonment of either description for a term which may extend to 10 years. Life or 10 years and fine. Okay. Criminal breach of trust by a public servant, banker, merchant, agent. Okay. For banker, we can have a little bit idea of the case related to Nirav Modi, where PNB has such kind of scam, 11,000 crore or so. Then there was a branch, there was a director involved in such case now, who has approved his all letter of credit, and one other person has appointed who checked all the procedure that why we are giving so much letter of credit to Nirav Modi. Then this scam has come into the picture. Then here that employee can also be liable, and that has held liable for such case. Criminal breach of trust, 10 years jail, life imprisonment can be happened, and fine or agent. Okay, attorney or agent. To write here attorney also, attorney. Okay, it's about to finish. Okay, the act of criminal breach of trust done by a stranger is treated less harshly. If any stranger has, we know that if any stranger has committed the crime, then we consider it less harshly than act of criminal breach of trust on the part of person who enjoys special trust, who knows their thing, who has already in a position and also in a position to be privy to a lot of information or authority, or on account of the stretches enjoyed by him. Say as In case of a public servant, in respect of a public servant, as much more stringent punishment for life imprisonment, you know that we already concluded. It's basically a conclusion they are written here, and this conclusion we need to write in our exam. Okay. Now in Bagga Singh versus State of Punjab. Bagga Singh, okay, let's recap. 206, 406, 407, 406, punishment for criminal breach of trust, 3 years fine or both. Criminal breach of trust by carrier, wharfinger, warehouse keeper, then 7 years and fine. Trust by clerk or servant, employee, then 7 years and fine. Public servant involved, banker, merchant, agent, attorney, then life, 10 years and fine. Okay, this 4 has to be click into your mind when we say that what about the public servant, what about the clerk, what about the carrier, wharfinger. Okay, courier, wharfinger, they both are the same, 7 years and fine. In Bagga Singh versus State of Punjab, this is important case law. The appellant was a taxation clerk in the municipal committee, Sangrur. Okay, he collected arrears of tax from taxpayer, but the sum was not deposited in the funds of the committee after collection, but was deposited out after 5 months. He pleaded that money was deposited with the cashier Madan Lal, a co-accused who has defaulted on the same, but the cashier proved that he had not received any sum and was acquitted by lower court. The mere fact that co-accused cashier was acquitted was not sufficient to acquit accused in the absence of any proof that he had discharged the trust expected to him. Such accused was liable under section 409 of Indian Penal Code. This case is really important, you know. Bagga Singh. About 5 months later, he deposited. About after, he pleaded that money was deposited with the cashier Madan Lal. Okay. So here the accused has to be liable. Now cheating. We'll discuss in another lecture cheating. Bye.